Good evening. My name is Annie Conboy, and this is my letter from the light side. Um, a little chat from the guides and inspirers who are working with us, explaining about the energy that we're dealing with and the energy that's coming in over the next week or so. I hope that you can take something from it, something that inspires you and helps you to make your way through the coming week, and that makes a bit of sense of what's going on. I'm laughing. Sorry, I've got a load of them rushed in the room. I'm laughing because I'm sitting in organised chaos. So you might have found that you've had a bit of a chaotic week. That push to get things done, to achieve things, no matter how small or how large, that sense of, right, I must get this done, I must start this. We're very much into new beginnings. Obviously, we've got a new moon coming up. We're still in the waning phase, so we're clearing. So when we're clearing and getting new beginnings, it gets a bit chaotic. I'm surrounded by my artwork this evening, and I'm also, sorry, I'm laughing because the purple picture that you can see behind me is actually the energy painting that I did of Archangel Ethelial. And he's very much with me this evening. He's been here today and telling me where he wanted his picture for this evening and things like that. I'm also aware that I've got Archangel Parashal in the room, and his constant desire is to help us with our self-healing and also to help us with the healing that we can radiate and share with others. If we tune into him, he gives us extra energy to help healing happen. So in the chaos, the releasing is actually bringing around healing and letting us start to feel a little bit more secure in the world. Because let's face it, for the last year and a bit, we haven't felt at all secure. And we still have many things to tackle in respect of the pandemic, but it's time to kind of put some of it in perspective. Ethelial's wanting to talk about recognising, acknowledging that you've been through a very specific experience, not one that many of us ever had before, and certainly nothing on this scale that's been a global issue for 100 years. So the memory of how this is and how it affects us isn't there because we've not had this. What we've had is lots and lots of people rising to this challenge. So many dedicated people trying to make sure that everybody's okay and trying to help by sending healing, by encouraging people, by supporting people who maybe have found it mentally a very difficult time. So he's wanting us to acknowledge the good that comes out of this difficult situation and our inner strength and resilience. He often talks to me about how human beings forget just how much they can actually deal with it and survive through it, and not just survive but thrive. Out of this comes the recognition that we have to live every moment, that we have to do whatever we can. So this week of chaos has been the lovely flow of energy about coming through something and achievement, but also the recognition of starting new things, starting to think about what happens now. How do I go back to where I was, or do I even want to go back to where I was? And this is one of the things Ethelial is very keen to bring to you this evening, that recognition of maybe the pause that we've all been in, the retreat we've had to have, has given us an appreciation of things that was very different before. And that now we've got the opportunity to change things and tweak things more and allow ourselves to set up our lives in ways that suit us better. It doesn't come without taking decisions. It doesn't come without the should I, shouldn't I debate. It doesn't come without recognising, well, life isn't quite how I wanted it to be or expected it to be. But that process allows us to then move forward and make that change, kind of almost like, so what? Sorry, I'm laughing because they've had me moving out of my studio, and so everything's in the house at the moment until stage 2 is done. I'm getting a studio here, and it's like I'm sort of saying, could we not have done it over a longer period of time? And they're laughing, Parashil and Etelial, and explaining, we we do think it through over much. We're not very spontaneous as human beings, so we don't always leap at the chance to sort ourselves out. We maybe sometimes think that it won't work or it can't work or whatever. So it's that sense of, right, now I can push forward. I also want to say that they've been making me aware all week of a massive flow of abundance energy that's currently flowing right the way through to everybody. It's not looking at it and going, wow, I've won the big lottery win. It's looking at it and seeing what's coming back to you, what love is coming back your way, in the form of abundance. The universe sorting things out, and actually it's manifesting really, really fast. I'm sorry, I'm a bit wheezy tonight because I'm clearing some chest stuff, very old, ancient stuff. But I do want to say that I put a request out on Monday night and it happened by Tuesday night. So just be aware that what you want, what you desire and require is ready to come in at the moment. There's so much energy flowing around that's about bringing in the good stuff, bringing in what you need, bringing in this lovely flow, and you can block your own flow a little bit. It's a lesson I sometimes forget, by kind of going, is that all? But actually, it's the sum total of all the alls that's really exciting, because it then builds up into being able to do what you want, to have the things that you've been hoping for. So over the next week, and particularly in the lovely new moon energy, just get those thoughts out to the universe. Just say, yeah, this is what I really, really want, and let them fulfill it. Don't look at it as coming in a specific way. Just ask and leave it free for the universe to send it in the way it wants to. That's part of understanding the chaos. Sometimes when we're shaken loose from the old stuff, it makes the room for the new things to come in. It frees up our energy space, so to speak, and that gives us the opportunity to get the new stuff. So I mean this on a physical, mental, emotional and spiritual level. It's coming in, this abundance on all levels. Alongside it, Etelial wants you to be aware we're also receiving, well, we're always receiving the beautiful unconditional love and the unconditional forgiveness and gratitude and service. But on top of that, this next, well, it started coming in on Tuesday and it's going to carry on for 10 days. We're getting a beautiful, beautiful flow of divine feminine energy. You may have had over the last 2 or 3 days, maybe, a little touch of sore throat, maybe thought you were getting a cold. kind of wondering, I'm not feeling totally well, but I'm not feeling unwell. It's the ascension energy. It's an upgrade going on. It's like an app refreshing itself. So you've been getting a blast of divine feminine energy. And what's really exciting, I always get excited when we get divine feminine energy. What is really exciting is it's a creative energy. It's an energy to sort of, it's almost like wave your magic wand and whatever you want will appear. It's a beautiful, inspirational, creative energy. It's what drives us forward. If we didn't create, if we didn't have these ideas and inspirations, we just would. Etelia's really, really clear. We can't move the world if we don't have inspiration and we don't look at things and go, oh, how am I going to solve that? And that is exactly what the divine feminine energy is all about, is bringing this lovely inspiration. So make sure you've got your pen and notebook. Make sure you're jotting these things down, because over the next 10 days, it's like anything that you're thinking, I'm stuck with this, there'll be something inspirational, there'll be something creative coming in to kind of remind you, no, you're not stuck at all. You just need to change the way you're looking at things. I love the goddess energy because she brings that, that sense of, look, just look at it another way. And I go, yeah, of course. Because sometimes when we get stuck, it's because we're in our practical masculine energy. We're trying to solve it in a practical way, which is the real blessing of the divine masculine energy, is to make things so, is to bring it out into the world. But sometimes it's not about solving it, it's about letting yourself find a different way. The way that you're doing it isn't going to work, so you need that creative inspiration to work it another way, and that's so exciting. Maybe it's because I love puzzles and I love solving things. So when I'm presented with something, if I can shift into my feminine energy and look at it from different points of view, it really drags me forward. Whereas if I get stuck in my masculine, no, I've got to do it this way, so it's got to be solved this way, I just get stuck. And what's fabulous, what Atelia loves about us as human beings, is we slide from masculine to feminine so easily if we allow ourselves, if we recognise it. He loves the divine spark. I mean, he's part of the divine spark himself, and all of us have that divine spark within us. It's the fact in humans that it kind of comes from two sources, and Eteliel doesn't have that. He just has divine source. He doesn't have masculine and feminine aspects of it. We do, though, because that's the way that we're designed, and he loves that we can shift when we get really stuck. If we remind ourselves, we can shift, move that energy, get into a different part of our energy flow, and then it goes so much easier. And he's wanting to bring that to you, to think about when you're manifesting a creative way. So dream big dreams, but don't try and plan out how they're going to happen. That's the making it so bit, and the universe will do that for you if you just let it. Just dream those beautiful creative dreams, whatever it may be. It will come in if you trust that divine feminine flow. If you're using that creative, it shifts things. And one of the things that he I feel like we're going to have a lesson now. One of the things that he sort of despairs of us a little bit is that we get very hooked into thinking that we need money in order to manifest our dreams, and money's just another form of energy. It's not the most important energy, actually. It's just another form of energy exchange. And so when we're trying to come at it from a money perspective, of course, it doesn't work. We come at it from a love perspective. I love myself enough that I want my garden studio. That's where I want to take my art to a new level and create. And it's happened. It's on track. And it's that thing of loving yourself enough to not worry what the funds are, or what the bank balance is particularly, just to expect the universe to have the money there when you need it. Now, I have to say, and Natalio's laughing, it took me quite a while, yes, he says, to get out of the attachment to the flow of money. I used to think I had to have the money ready beforehand, and that then I would plan every bit of the spend. And it never worked. It never quite sorted itself the way I wanted to. Instead, what I do now is little steps, and I get this bit done and that bit done, and somehow the income or the whatever I need is always there when I need it, not before, not after, but at the moment I need it, it happens. So this is a key to using this manifesting energy that's around at the moment. Now, I did talk last week about Saturn, and he's bringing me back to Saturn. We do have to have discipline. The discipline is actually in controlling our own energy, in recognising when we've got out of flunter, when we've got into more masculine and we need to be more feminine, or when we're in more feminine and we need to be more masculine. That's the discipline, recognising when our energy is out of balance. And this is the thing about upgrades. Upgrades always throw you a few little symptoms. Sore throat, cold symptoms, nose things, drippy nose, which can easily, in my case, be mistaken for hay fever. However, it's the body being out of balance with the new energy that's coming in, and then it settles off after 24, 48 hours. It calms down because the body gets accustomed. So thinking about that energy awareness is being able to notice when maybe there's an upgrade going on, and being careful not to kind of push yourself too harshly or judge yourself too harshly. Charlotte's just said headaches, and yeah, headache is absolutely a part of it. The chakras are clearing, the throat, the third eye, and the crown on upgrades. They're refining us and sharpening us up and giving us a better focus in these upgrades, as well as tweaking the other chakras to help them to operate and run more efficiently. So if you think about your energy, if you notice when you're having little upgrades, if you notice that your energy is not quite feeling like you like it to feel, then pause, acknowledge it. This is where Parashil comes in, actually, because he can help you rebalance your energy. You just have to ask him. That's the key. They can't do anything if we don't ask. So you just have to give him a shout and say, can I have some healing? Can you just rebalance me? And that will pull you back into the balance you're meant to be in right now. Because actually, if you're in balance, what you radiate is lovely, balanced energy to everybody else. And then everybody gets to be in balance. And this is the way the energy flows around the system. This is how love spreads, is because I love me and I'm ready to share that love with everybody else. I'm radiating loving energy. I'm radiating healing energy. Everybody else can have a little blast of that if they want. It's great because then I know that anybody who wants a little bit can have a little bit. And sorry, Tiliel's off again. This is his thing. This is why he pushed me to do these live streams, both on in the beginning and on Facebook and YouTube now. He pushed me because he wanted to be able to spread the positive message, to spread some goodness to those who could take it. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. It's not aimed at everybody. It's aimed at anybody who wants to understand their energy and anybody who wants to understand what the heck's going on. Because sometimes it's one of those weeks where you say, what's going on? And you certainly might have felt like that this week. So, coming up, we've got some really powerful divine feminine energy. It's just really picking up momentum. It's not going to peak until Sunday. We've got that's the highest point, and then it will start to dip back down again. So you might find yourself, as I said earlier, creative. What I also want to talk about, and Eteliel's insisting that you need to know this, the goddess's voice has been very subdued for a long time. So you might find that you get a tingly throat chakra or a little sore throat. You might find that you're having to spit out your words, get them out, get your true feelings and thoughts out into the world. The goddess demands respect. She is a beautiful feminine energy who will never be put in a corner. So you may find that if anybody this weekend is trying to put you in the corner, that they get a bit of short shrift, that you may be, you're not doing that to me. It's okay. It's part of the rebalancing, understanding that we have to bring the masculine and feminine energy into balance in all of the human race. And that means we may have to speak clearer with that divine feminine energy and bring about the creative solutions. If we never say the creative stuff, the inspired stuff, it's missed. It's a missed opportunity. So it's very important for the flow of goddess energy to understand that you may find yourself speaking out. You may find yourself not just demanding respect, but insisting that people behave themselves better. And that's a lesson we could all learn, I'm sure, about behaving better. And understand that this is part of a clearing process. You may have had old stuff locked away for a long time, and it now needs to be said and gone and dismissed. And sorry, Parashiel's just reminding me, when I really can't, get the words out for it in front of people, I'm sort of thinking, this is going to create more ripples than not. I'll go and find a field, or I'll go on a walk and I'll mutter. It's sometimes I need to be in a totally quiet space where I can have a good shout too, just to clear that energy, releasing it. And sorry, Rafe's in the background. He's been very quiet and very good. But he's just reminding me about my angry dance. Sometimes what we need to do is just express the sound. It doesn't have to be words. We just need to get the sound out to release that energy, because then we're free. We've freed ourselves from whatever it is we've been holding back on, and we can start to frame what we want to say more clearly, because we've got rid of all the stuff that's been getting in the way. So use this time of goddess energy, use this time of the divine feminine to be articulate, to say what it is you need to say. And that might be saying it to yourself as well, because we do have these little thought trains that go round and round and round. Parashiel's talking about them, and it's like old patterns, old conversations, and we need to clear them. So you might find that you need a conversation with yourself just to say, okay, this isn't working. Let's find the creative solution. Let's imagine a way out of it, not think a way out of it. Let's put ourselves in that positive state of mind by acknowledging what's there that might not even be positive, because we all have stuff that isn't positive in our heads and our feelings. And this is why we also are being encouraged by Ethereal to tap into that love that's flowing underneath everything else. There's this beautiful flow of positive, unconditional love that is there for anyone. It's surprising sometimes when I'm working with the archangels. It still surprises me when I ask them. I just sit and I say, come on, can you give me a boost, or let me know you're there, or is there anything I need to know? And you can feel it, sense it, the love that is aimed at you and just soaks into your energy. And if it helps you, put a little bit of music on and let that love just soak in. A lot of us hold it on the edges. We don't quite recognise we deserve to be loved, or fully recognise it. And again, let Parashiel help you by bringing in the healing to remove that doubt about the fact that you are someone who is deserving of unconditional love. It's not about judgment. It's not about past acts or inaction. It's about right here and now. You are a divine spark. You have a divine masculine flow and a divine feminine flow within you. And they are the bearers of so much love. If you tap into it, that's what's so important. Tap into it and let it come and flow through you. The energy takes a little shift from Monday. I just want to say from Ethereal, don't doubt yourself. There's an energy of doubt flowing through the world. Monday and Tuesday, try to stay focused on, no, I know how to solve things. I am creative. There is an answer. There is a way forward. And try not to listen to doubters. It's so easy to get dragged into listening to others and not necessarily listening to your own heart, and maybe taking on other people's doubts and fears, especially because you're intuitive and you need to have a nice strong bubble of protection so you're not soaking up like a sponge other people's low vibrational energy. There's a lot more of it about Monday and Tuesday, so put yourself in a nice strong bubble. It will clear again Wednesday, and we're on the up again Wednesday and Thursday. There is a lot of positive news around. There are still real tragedies and real traumas going on. We can't escape that. That is part of our lived experience. But there are positives, and Ethereal would love you to look for the positive in you, and then you'll see the positive in the world. And know that it can be hard to find those little nuggets of positivity, those little golden moments, but there's plenty. Just try, and if all else fails, look at the plants, look at the trees. Just remember the beautiful planet that we live on, and centre yourself, take care of yourself, and plug into the love. Thank you everybody for listening and watching this evening. I know that people watch from far and wide. I do appreciate it, whether you're watching on live or catch up. It's really great of you. I'm delighted to be able to give these messages on behalf of the archangels and guides, and tonight on behalf of the Divine Feminine. Have a good week. Remember, chaos always clears away, and we get some order back in our lives. That's coming soon. So take care, everyone, and I'll be back next Thursday. Bye. Good evening. My name